Okay, so here's what I really want to like pick up
All
and,
right.
and really like dive into, because this is kind of when I come into your story,
Exactly. Yes.
and
Introduce Nathan.
we come into each other's story.
Right.
But I show up to IHOP, and I haven't had the charismatic experiences.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I had been in more conservative contexts, Christian context, where love the word, but like not really. There's not a whole lot of Holy Spirit activity, and not
Right.
charismatic. There's not the gift of tongues, prophecy, healing, anything of that sort.
Yeah.
And so I come here with a real heart to dive into all that stuff.
You're ready for it.
I'm
You're
ready
like,
for
give it all.
Yeah, I want it all. Like I'm on this journey
Yeah.
of discovering everything that the Lord has for me. I come here, I fall in love with the prayer room. I remember my first semester, I spent more time in a week in the prayer room than any other time. I would
Wow.
spend upwards towards 40 hours a week in the prayer room.
Yeah.
And that was actually when I wrote the bulk of my book.
Yeah.
Because I was just in there all the time, and I lived like 25 minutes away, and so it was it was sort of a chore to go home. And,
Yeah.
And so if I came to Grandview where IHOP is at, like I'm gonna be here for a while until I'm ready to go home for the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so there were some things that helped that. But I fell in love with the prayer room. I fell in love with the presence of God. And I had some friends who operated in the prophetic, and I was so intrigued by it.
Anything like new and Holy Spirit,
Yes.
you're like, this is the best thing, and everyone should
Yes.
be all about this.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so there was this one time, I remember the second semester that I was here, early on in the semester, we had our school had a 21-day Daniel fast that they called, and during that time there was this big
Ice
storm that
Yeah.
hit and canceled school for a whole week
Yep.
because the roads were so bad. And there was like a group of my friends who thought it would be cool to kind of get together, like it was like 5 guys, 5 girls or something, get together at somebody's house and just sort of talk about what the Lord's been doing in our hearts or whatever. Maybe you have some prayer and worship, whatever. But what ended up happening was it turned into this week of Holy Spirit prayer meetings where
Yeah.
he came and met us in a way that I've yet to experience anything quite like that, even to this day, where there was so much stuff going on in the room. There was a couple people over over on this side, feeling the presence of the Lord in a weighty, tangible way, and they would be on the ground shaking. And then there would be these other people over here that were getting prophesied over it, or there was someone over here that and there was someone playing worship during the whole thing. And
Yeah.
these meetings with us friends, the first one went for like 8 hours straight.
Gosh.
Okay, where it was just like,
I was not in these.
Yeah, so Catherine's not in these.
Want to be clear.
and so we were like, oh my gosh, we got to come back again tomorrow. Well, we did 4 nights in a row.
Wow.
For an 8-hour one, a 10-hour one, a 10-hour one, and an 8-hour one.
Gosh.
And they were different every time, and we were washing each other's feet. We were,
Wow.
writing songs. That was one of the big things that was happening. Was the Lord was giving like us songs, and one of the crazy thing about that, we were IHOPU freshmen, and we were in the ministry track,
Yeah.
not the music academy. Or the majority of us. And so
Right.
even people like myself, I remember went home after one of those nights, and I was kept up all night long because I was getting downloads of songs. I wrote 2 songs in
Wow.
one night.
Yeah.
I had never written a song before,
You were completely non-musical.
completely not musical.
Completely non-musical.
But then I come back the next day and share the songs, and we put music to it because
Wow.
I got some friends who can do that. But everybody was having these experiences, where, oh my gosh, it was crazy.
So you're having a very real, genuine encounter with the Holy Spirit that week.
Me and my group of friends.
Right.
And so we're coming back. We come back out of that week. You and I are in the same
Small group.
group
Yeah.
through our school. And there was me and a couple of the girls who were experiencing that week together came into our small group, and we were like, we got to share all the stuff that's going on. And we try to share some of the stories thinking everybody's going to think this is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going to like, this is, oh my gosh. And you specifically were one
yeah.
of the most cynical of anyone in our
Right.
group.
Like, I'm literally asking you, like, wait, so you, like, you felt the Holy Spirit where you would like fall over, like you weren't making yourself fall over. You know, I was legitimately asking that, or like, and in my mind, I'm just having all these red flags of like, this isn't real, and they're gonna be burnt by it in the end.
Wow.
Because they're gonna realize that they were faking it.
Yeah.
And like, that isn't actually a reality in Christianity, and they're going to be disappointed for the rest of their life.
Yeah. And I think me and my friends at the time, we were so new to a lot of this stuff. We were freshmen, younger. And I honestly felt a lot like I didn't have language for this stuff, really.
Yeah.
I felt a lot like the guy who, you know, Jesus heals that was blind, and he's before the people, before the religious leaders, and they're like, how could this happen? Like, you know, questioning him.
Yeah.
And he's like, all I know. You know what I mean? He's like, all I know is that I was blind, but now I can see. Like,
yeah.
I can't deny the things that were happening to me. I don't have the explanation and the
Right.
language that you're looking for.
Right.
I felt like that a lot. I really did.